This is NBA 2K TV. This week, we're talking to our NBA 2K20 cover athlete, Anthony Davis. Hear what top community members and professional NBA 2K League players have to say about the latest release. And we have your top plays from the NBA 2K20 demo.
This is Hack and the Hornet on 98.9 The Flex, the official home of your Charlotte Hornets.
Get hip or get stung.
Let's meet the visiting team, Minnesota Timberwolves. At power forward, Noah Bonner.
And let's bring out your knees! At the shooting guard position, at 6'3".
Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for this NBA presentation. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. And giving us the rundown from the sideline, David Aldridge. Hey, Dave.
Well, guys, there is a bit of history for Che and AW. They lived together leading up to the draft. They worked out together and helped each other improve. They may not be on the same team, but the respect and the friendship between the two of them runs deep. Guys?
Thanks for that report, David. It's always interesting, isn't it, Greg, when buddies go up against one another?
And the last thing you want to do is lose to a friend. There's a lot of pride at stake, even though there's a lot of love.
And the injury report for both teams, players who will not be available tonight.
And it feels early to be already missing players from the lineup, but how these teams respond will impact the outcome of this game.
And checking out Minnesota's opening lineup. The tandem at the 1 and the 2, Teague and Culver. Vonleh and Towns, the duo inside. And it's Walden. Two teams that are this athletic. What type of game you think you're going to see?
Well, you know what? Sometimes it can lead to guys trying to do too much. But when it's at its best with this kind of athleticism on display, I think you're going to see a high-octane, fun game.
And so in the game for the Timberwolves, Culver the off guard with Wiggins at the 3. Zhang is out there with Vonleh, and it's Napier in at the point. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Timberwolves.
And I like how they've taken the high percentage shot in the paint. In that first half, we saw them doing it, and they've continued to succeed as the game has worn on.
Something we've also seen them doing tonight is getting the long ball to go down. Big points from outside.
Okogie's checked in for Minnesota. Murray right side. Back to Brown. Over Napier. Wiggins with the rebound.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one, Greg. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
Basket counts, and the Timberwolves lead by 20.
Kevin, that's high percentage distance for Zhang there, and doing it with a hand in his face.
Pass to Zeller. Back to Brown. Over Napier. And it's Brown that time on the assist by Zeller. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. To the middle, and stolen by Zeller. And now in transition, here's Williams. Here we go. Kept alive by Charlotte.
And they've won the rebound battle so far, and it's translated to the scoreboard.
Boy, the effort level they've had has been outstanding. Hard to keep a team down when they play with that much energy.
Napier passes to Vonleh. Zhang with the ball. Shot clock at 6. The shot. Zeller grabs the board.
Well, you know, you'd like to see a little more effort there defensively, but maybe they wanted him to take that shot, baited him into it.
Taking matters into his own hands.
Yeah, we didn't expect to see that kind of finish.
And you know, guys, when your point guard is making explosive plays at the rim, I really do think it sets the tone for the rest of the team.
And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Williams. Washington's checked in for the Hornets. Bell is checked in for the Timberwolves. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Wiggins passes to Okogie. And once again off the mark by Minnesota. Hornets trail by 16.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner.
Talk about bringing it.
And get a load of that move. We don't get to see plays like that very often.
No, we don't. Sailing in off the baseline for the reverse stuff.
That was special order delivery there, guys. What a dunk.
Clark, there are strong divisions and there are weak divisions, and the NBA might be considering removing divisions altogether and having only 2 conferences. What do you think?
You know, that's interesting. I like the divisions because that's what we've been accustomed to, but just having straight conferences, I wouldn't see much harm in that. You'd adjust the schedule accordingly in terms of how many games you play within the conference and how many times each opponent, but I think that could work.
Okogie, the pass to Wiggins. Wide open look. That one good for 2. And the Timberwolves lead by 15.
That one's going to be the final dagger, and these guys can now celebrate.
And they deserve it. They deserve to celebrate a dominant performance in what's going to be a blowout win.
There's a minute left in the fourth. Pass to Okogie. Pass to Wiggins. And no good. And the Hornets now going the other way. Here's Brown. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
And even though he was undrafted, I'm not surprised to see Shea end up on an NBA team. You knew the talent was there, and Shea put in the time to crack an NBA roster.
You know, Greg, I honestly was shocked that no team took a chance on Shea in the second round. A lot of front offices might be wanting a do-over if Shea ends up sticking with this team. And that one's good. Wiggins.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
Yep, to have a stress-free win on the road, very satisfying. The fans are already headed for the exit.
And the first one drops. He doesn't get the second one. So it's Minnesota winning this one easy. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
And Kevin, how about the mental toughness that this group showed? They were never rattled at all by the opposing fans.
And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.
Yo, Che, get in here.
Levi?
Yeah. How's it going?
Good, man.
Take a seat. Get comfortable. Can I get you anything? Some water, coffee?
You know what? I'm pretty cool.
Okay, great. I don't know how much Zach filled you in on what's happening.
You know what? He really didn't say much. He just said somebody's gonna, come in and do the day-to-day stuff.
Yep, that's pretty much the gist of it.
Got you. Now what happened to Bailey, man? That was my guy.
Oh, he's around. I'm just gonna be around a little bit more.
Okay.
Hey, but don't worry. My job is to get you paid. And I am good at my job.
Word.
All right? Endorsements, commercials, whatever it is you need, I'm going to take care of it. We're going to have a great relationship. And I know it's not going to happen overnight, but I'm going to earn your trust.
All right, sounds good to me, man.
Cool. Cool. Listen, I know you're a busy guy and you got a big schedule, so it was good meeting you, and if there's anything you need, anything at all,
Okay.
I'm here.
Good meeting you, Levi.
All right, man.
All right.
See you soon.
All right, Levi. Be cool, bro. I'm looking for some new kicks. Thought I'd come and see what's up.
Hey, great. Let me know how I can help. Those look awesome. Great choice.
Can I try these out?
Absolutely.
These are sick. I'll take them.
Perfect. Great choice.
Hey, how you been, man?
Hey, what you working on?
Come on in. Now, we need to put our heads down and grind if we don't want to have another game like that last one. Now get after it. Let's go! We really need to push the tempo and get out in transition more. Today, we're gonna get up and down the court in some transition drills.
You got it. You got it. Come on, man.
Hey, don't forget the clock now.
Yeah, let's go. Let's do it.
Yo, look at the clock. Shot. Come on, man. Come on. With the foul. Don't forget the clock. Hey, come to me. Cover. Hey, way to grab. Same team.
Hey, he can ball up.
Let's go. Turn it up. Trailer. Oh, foul. You got it. Oh, give me that. Move it! All right, here we go. Good. All right, let's move on. Way to finish strong. Let's set up this next drill.
You got it. You got it. Come on, man. Yeah, let's go. Let's do it.
Give me that.
One more. One more. Let's go.
Hey, hit me up. Great practice. Now get out there and put up some more shots.
Welcome to NBA 2K20 and Season 6 of NBA 2K TV. I'm Alexis Morgan.
And I'm Chris Manning. We got you covered this season with everything NBA 2K20, including in-game event updates, gameplay tips, and your favorite NBA superstar interviews, and of course, conversations with you, the community.
Now, nearly every mode of the game has changed this year.
And those are the starting lineups. Lots of interesting matchups tonight. Stick around. We'll be right back with more. Thank you for tuning in this Sunday evening. Chris Weber's joining us at the broadcast table alongside Greg Anthony and David Aldridge on the sideline. This is Kevin Harlan. DA, it's all yours.
Well, for the last few years, the Lakers have been in some turmoil in Los Angeles. Now, they have had some tough luck with injuries that set them back some. But inconsistent effort, execution, and roster construction was also a concern. But a summer of moves that was topped by acquiring Anthony Davis has drastically improved the roster. The question remains, though, have they done enough to now contend?
A lot riding on it. Thanks, David. While we get a break, let's take a look at the October standings out west. Look at the Lakers. Right now they're in 7th in the conference, looking to build on their record.
And I think for the Lakers, they're one of those teams that hasn't quite figured it out this year. A lot of talent, a lot of heart, but nothing to put them up on that next level.
Yeah, they're kind of in that caught in the middle type group. You know what I mean? You wonder if they need a personnel change to get over the hump.
So let's take a look at the Charlotte starting lineup. Monk and Batum, the wings. Bismack Biyombo is out there with Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. And it's Rozier in at point guard. And for the Lakers, Green and LeBron at the 2 and the 3. Up front, it's Kuzma and Davis. And it's Rondo in at the point guard position. Talk about rookies getting early playing time these days. Some changes here for the Lakers. DeMarcus Cousins comes in for Anthony Davis. And it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope in for Danny Green. So an almost entirely new group in now for Charlotte. Zeller, he's checked in for Bismack Biyombo. Williams comes in for Kidd-Gilchrist. Martin's checked in for Nicholas Batum. And it's Brown in for Rozier.
And was last season really the first full season we got to see of Malik Monk? He was given a sizable part of the rotation and showed why he was a lottery pick for this team.
Out to the right wing. Now the pass to Brown. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's on DeMarcus Cousins.
I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
During most of his rookie season, Monk was relegated to the bench.
Not sure if it was development or opportunity. Hard to say for Monk. Fact is, you can see the knack for scoring he has, even if he's a bit of a volume scorer at this point.
Dwight Howard, he's checked in for the Lakers. Rondo with the ball. Williams picks him up. Zeller against Cousins. 6 to shoot. Here's Kuzma, and there it is for him. Kuzma's got 7 points. And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. Here's Brown, and 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's on Rajon Rondo. Charlotte shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight.
And they had a lot of success a season ago as a team, hitting about 80% of their free throws.
And the Lakers with some changes. JaVale McGee's checked in for Cousins. And it's Green in for Rajon Rondo. The drive by Green, and good that time.
He knew what he wanted to do all along. The teardrop.
Here's Brown, and Brown throws it down hard. And Shea, no stranger to success as a pro basketball player. You know, Greg, he's already been on a championship team in the Summer League.
And that was a fantastic showing from Shea during the Summer League tournament. I know a lot of fans will disregard any success that happens before the regular season, but it was hard to ignore the energy that Shea played with.
The Lakers with the ball. Following the bucket by the Hornets. Caldwell-Pope passes to Kuzma. Off target from outside. Hornets leading by 6. Brown finds Martin. Kuzma pulls it in. Kuzma's got 4 rebounds now tonight. On the wing, Green. And Malik Monk is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. And the Hornets making a change here. Murray's checked in. There's 25 seconds left here in the first quarter. Green with the ball. And it's Martin picking him up. Here's Kuzma. Rebound by Williams.
The setup's good. That's the shot they're looking for, but you can't get them all to go.
Now here's Brown. Great D that time from Green. And so it's the Charlotte Hornets with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. Their defensive mindset clearly focused on clamping down on LeBron James, and their game plan is working. We come back right after this. LeBron James is the all-time leader in playoff field goals made, and he had this to say about his ability to nail clutch shots.
I always feel like I got it. I always feel like I got it in the clutch, no matter what's going on throughout the course of a game. Even when you're struggling at times or you're not shooting the ball particularly well, I just feel like it's going in.
And you know, Greg, that's the type of confidence you got to have.
The words of a leader. James has proven time and time again that he's dangerous in late game situations.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And when you consider how Charlotte is doing, guys, what do you think?
I mean, offensively, I thought they did a good job of protecting the ball. And defensively, boy, were they disruptive.
Yeah, GA, great balance of efficiency and intensity, which is why they hold the early lead.
So on the floor for Charlotte to start this second quarter, they've got Washington out there with Murray. Then there's Hernan Gomez, and it's Martin in at the 3 spot. The Hornets shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight.
Yeah, and the Hornets, they'll be one of the more disciplined teams you'll find in this league. I mean, they keep mistakes to a minimum on both sides of the ball. That's a big part of why the Hornets are tough to play.
Anthony Davis, he's checked in for Dwight Howard. Rozier with the steal. Passes to Brown. Finished off the break. Brown's got the lead up to 8 now for Charlotte.
Well, Che got onto the floor for the first time last game. Coach clearly liked what he saw, enough to send Che out here for another go. Can't argue with him the way Che has played.
Nope, not at all. With the way Che came in and immediately able to leave his mark on the game, it would have been hard not to give him another run out there tonight. Shot clock at 5. Davis with the bucket. And Chris, for the Hornets, as we know, their coach Borrego preaches preparation.
Well, yeah, and it shows it up in the stats, Kevin. I mean, they're the best in taking care of the ball. The team does not take silly fouls on defense.
Here's Hernan Gomez, following the basket by Anthony Davis. Kept alive, Washington. McGee with the block.
Oh, this is McGee's role. He's out here to defend and to stifle shooters whenever he can.
Lakers trail by 6. A wide open look here for Kuzma. Offline with his 3.
If you can't hit that one, your teammates are going to think twice about feeding you the next time.
Brown, good.
That's just a product of good pass work. I mean, nice team basketball right there.
Los Angeles calls timeout.
Yeah, and you got to count the poor health for the Lakers last season, hampering their ability to compete. The longest injury layoff in LeBron.
Los Angeles shooting their 7th free throw attempt here.
One shot.
And it's tied up with that one.
In many ways, he feels like he's playing his best ball right now when you talk about LeBron James.
Here's Brown, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's on DeMarcus Cousins. The Hornets have shot 10 of 13 from the free throw line. first free throw is good. Kyle Kuzma's checked in for the Lakers. And he makes both free throws.
And just over 80% from the line right now. A big improvement over what they shot in that first quarter.
Outside Rondo. Here's James. It's good for his fourth bucket of the night. He's shooting 4 of 8.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter. And now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
Here's Brown. The shot misses. Good D by Rondo. And so it's Rondo bringing it up for the Lakers. Next up on the schedule, the Grizzlies. That'll be a home game. That game will conclude a 3-game homestand. Martin, the pass to Brown. Pass to Zeller. Back to Brown. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. And so here's Charlotte. Martin dishes to Zeller. Here's Brown. Drops one in from the wing. Brown's got 14. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. A fantastic half of basketball for you, Che. It feels like it could be a breakout game. What do you think?
Hey, I hope so, DA. You know, I've been putting in the work, man, some real good work. And, you know, learning from the vets on this team. And I knew if I just kept my focus, you know, I'd get chances. And fortunately, it all worked out tonight, man. Thanks to the fans and my teammates.
Well, I know the fans enjoyed what they saw so far. Good luck in the second half. Kevin?
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime. And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. What a game we're seeing from Brown.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
Yeah, working the ball, getting clean, quality looks. I mean, just efficient basketball through and through.
Green and Rondo in the backcourt. Up front, it's Kuzma and Davis. And it's James in at the small forward. That's the group starting the second half for Frank Vogel. And coming up as an only child in difficult circumstances, LeBron James said he had to grow up early and take charge of his life at a young age.
Yeah, and that's what made him such a solid person and a great basketball player. And ever since, he sought control of his own destiny, Kevin. He empowered trusted friends along the way. He's paved a new path for players taking ownership of their careers.
He misses the free throw. Chris, is there someone you competed with that you feel is underrated by history, has not been given their due?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I think when you look at...
Checked in for the Lakers. DeMarcus Cousins comes in for LeBron. So an almost entirely new group in now for Charlotte. Zeller, he's checked in for Biyombo. Williams comes in for Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. Washington's checked in for Nicholas Batum. And it's Brown in for Terry Rozier. Free throw drops for Green.
And looking back, an underrated part of the DeRozan-Kawhi trade, the Raptors also getting Danny Green. Green, one of the better 3-and-D wings in the league. Way more than a throw-in.
He gets a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Charlotte's had to wait a bit the last few years. Now, the city hosted the All-Star game last season, but for the Hornets, they've gone 3 seasons without a playoff appearance and 15 seasons without winning a playoff series. In that time, the franchise has had 7 head coaches and a shifting front office. Buzz City is hoping that its wait for playoff relevance will end soon. Kevin?
We all are. David, thank you. And you look at Danny Green's play at both ends. Hard to believe the Spurs gave him up.
I mean, over 40% from long range, locked down defensively. Not a lot of flash, but plenty of substance to his game.
Here's Kuzma, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
I love the fire Kuzma plays with, especially inside where he dares defenders to foul.
For Los Angeles, they have been shooting right around 75% at the line, 9 of 12 so far.
And looking at last season's numbers, down below 70% as a team from the line.
Cook is checked in for Rajon Rondo. The Hornets also with a sub. Rozier's checked in. Los Angeles will go for a different look here. JaVale McGee's checked in for Howard. Davis comes in for Kyle Kuzma. LeBron's checked in for Danny Green. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Quinn Cook. Outside Rondo. Pass to McGee. Outside Rondo. Back to McGee. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Davis. It's rebounded by Charlotte.
Some very aggressive defense to prevent the easy lay-in.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Lakers.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And so with this, they'll end up with their second win on the year.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for LeBron.
No fatigue in this fella tonight. Tireless, grinding out every possession and leading their offense.
On the court for the Hornets, we've got Hernan Gomez. Martin is out there with Murray. Then there's Brown, and it's Graham in at the 1 spot. And he makes the first. And the bright lights of L.A., perhaps too much for some players. But you know what, Greg? Not for LeBron James.
This guy thrives in the spotlight. The Lakers crafting a roster to satisfy his championship ambitions. Off the court, the City of Angels perfect for maximizing his business aspirations.
And both free throws, good for James. And the Charlotte franchise has been stuck in the middle for so long with Kemba Walker leaving this summer in free agency. Greg, is it time for them to hit the reset button?
A rebuild does seem in order. I'm not sure they have the stomach for it, but they need to tear it down to the studs and start over.
Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks.
They made the most of their opportunities, looking comfortable and locked in throughout the night.
That's why they're in the driver's seat right now, looking to put this one away.
Here's Brown. They need this, and that's 2 points on the layup.
Oh, I love it. He's working the ball down low. Always a good plan of attack.
16 seconds left in the game. Caruso, the pass to James. And so it's the Lakers taking care of business here. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish it.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. And we'll see you next time.
Season or the games? Well, yeah, of course. I'm itching for some NBA action, but that's not what I'm talking about. What I like is how everyone thinks they know how things are going to play out, and every year there are surprises, and every single year, that's what happens. Look at Sacramento last year. everyone counted them out, and they won, what, 40 games, something like that?
39.
Right, which wasn't like incredible, but people were saying they were going to be one of the worst teams in the league. So for me, those kinds of surprises are something I really look forward to. And speaking of which, we're going to hit you with some preseason power rankings, but first, a couple of songs for you. We'll be right.
These guys are hammers and whatever. They're not in shape.